So we have Veronica on here. She has some pretty serious, she had some pretty serious heartburns. There's still some issues, but I wanted to talk about the subject of heartburn. 4 years ago, she had heartburn, and she's been struggling with it for 4 years. About, I think, 3 months ago, was it 3 months ago? The doctor kept giving you antacids
Yes.
and more antacids and more antacids, and then some liquid antacids, and you start losing weight. And how much weight was your lowest weight that you lost?
Well, I was 121 and I went down to 113.
Okay, so you basically you just couldn't eat. You're starving to death.
Yeah, exactly.
And then every time you ate, the acid would just come up and it would just burn.
Yes.
And you kept going to the doctor and you kept getting the same solution, right?
Yeah, and I seen two different doctors, and both doctors gave me a whole month of antacids and H2 blocker to um, to take along with the antacids.
Right. Okay, so then your husband in California, he emailed me about you and wanted me to help you. So I suggested some things. And did you start to feel a little bit better?
Yes, I did. I started as soon as he got home. He brought me a chlorophyll. I took that immediately, and I started feeling some movement going on in my stomach. And then after that, I started feeling a little better. Of course, it was not gonna. I was not gonna get better from one day to another, but I immediately started feeling better.
Good. And then the heartburn was less and less,
Yes.
able to eat a little bit more?
I was actually. That night, I was actually able to eat so much better.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell people what I gave you or recommended. I recommended adding more acid to your stomach. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I mean, like, that's the exact opposite thing that you were told to do.
Yes,
Right? So when I told you that, were you kind of like, what the heck is he talking about?
I was.
So they were giving you all sorts of things to get rid of your acid, but here's the hidden truth that a lot of people don't know, which I had to stumble on this because I used to live on Rolaids by the mega packs. I don't know
Oh,
if you see
wow.
the discount at Costco, the big Rolade packs. I would down that thing in a few days.
Oh, wow.
So taking all this calcium and everything. Well, do you know what's interesting? Calcium, one of the side effects of calcium is ulcers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, peptic ulcers.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow.
Um, I'm going to put a link down below this video so people can see that. But here's the interesting thing. When you don't have enough acid in your stomach, the body will not close the valve on the top of the stomach. So that valve that keeps the acid in the stomach, is controlled by the pH of your stomach and the acid. So the acid should be very, very acid, like 1 to 3. That's like battery acid.
Oh,
When the
wow.
pH goes higher, less acid, let's
Mhm.
say 4, 5, 6, that valve won't close. And so you're going to start getting acid reflux like crazy.
Mhm.
People can call it GERD or whatever. It's all the same. And so the exact thing that you should be not doing, you were doing with this doctor, just pushing all this calcium and protein inhibitors, which basically that blocks the H plus, the hydrogen ions, which basically then you can't produce acid. So it's completely and utterly the worst scenario. So now here
Yeah.
you are trying to digest food, especially protein, without acid, and they give you more antacid. It's almost going to like destroy your whole body because you can't digest. So all
Mhm.
we had to first heal your stomach a little bit. So I gave you chlorophyll. That's like a liquid blood of the plant. It actually heals the lining of the stomach. We gave you something called betaine hydrochloride. That is a remedy that helps build up your stomach acids. And you do it slowly over time to correct the pH because we want to drop your pH to about 1 to 3. And I've had people with such severe stomach heartburn, and you give them more acid and it gets better. and it's the exact opposite thing that you're doing. And even when you get older, your stomach needs more acid. So that's really what we did. It's really simple.
Yeah.
So now the problem is your esophagus is still, it's not right. It needs more healing, right? It's kind of raspy. It bothers you. You're probably coughing. Tell me more about that right now.
Well, right now, I'm just dealing with this. I wake up fine, and as soon as I start talking a little bit, my voice starts getting raspy, and my throat starts hurting a lot. It feels stiff. I don't even want to talk. It's just last night, I couldn't even sleep because I can feel the pain on my throat, and I would swallow, and it was just like so dry, and I'm like, it was just so painful, you know.
You still have the heartburn?
The heartburn, I don't really have it. I'll get it once in a while, depending on maybe what I eat. Maybe I ate something that I was not supposed to, but I honestly, I don't have it compared to before.
Good. So that's pretty much in the, it's gone. Now we just have this other
Yes.
thing. Okay, so here's the thing that that you need to do. It's dry, not because of lack of hydration or water. That's not why it's dry. It's dry because you are missing some of the called fat soluble vitamins. Um, Basically, more fat. Do you typically have a lower fats in your diet now?
Yes.
Vitamin A has a very unique purpose to heal and control your skin. Not necessarily just the outside of the skin, but the inner body skin that lines the mouth, the sinuses, the throat, the lungs. All the internal skin on your body is controlled by vitamin A. So I would bet you anything that you have night vision problems as well, because you have a very severe vitamin A deficiency. So when you actually drive at night or it gets dark, is it hard to see at night when you're driving?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a vitamin A deficiency. So instead of taking vitamin A as a supplement, guess where you get vitamin A?
Um, don't know.
It's really in all the animal fats, specifically butter.
Really.
Yeah, do you ever eat butter?
Actually, I stopped using butter, thinking maybe that's something that was not good for my GERD. So yeah, not I'm not eating butter.
I want you to live on butter right now.
Okay.
And you can, if you're allergic to dairy a little bit, there's not a lot of allergies with butter, but if someone is, they can do ghee. But I think you'll be fine. You need the vitamin A. I would get Kerrygold butter.
Okay.
Have Sam pick some up, bring some home, and you want to start downing butter.
Okay.
That's like the simplest solution. The other option you could do is you can start eating animal organ meats like liver. But I don't think you probably, I don't know, people don't like liver. I don't like it. So that's the other option.
I don't like it either, but if that's gonna make me feel better,
Yeah.
I'm willing to eat it, you know?
Have some grass-fed beef liver, cut it up with onions, eat some butter on your vegetables. In about 2 or 3 days, your throat will start feeling better. You don't want to have a low-fat diet
Okay.
because you'll start drying out. Vegetarians have a lot of problems with fat soluble vitamins, but that is the remedy that you need to fix this last part of your digestive system. Um, it's that simple.
Yeah, I mean I'll definitely do it, you know, because it's just I do customer service and I'm on the phone and my voice is just getting so dry and so raspy and um, I am just so uncomfortable talking. It's
Wow.
that bad.
Wow. Well, I'm going to release some recipes next week or so on some real healthy alternative snacks that have butter. Like, you need ways to eat butter. So
Okay.
there's certain cookies that you can make without any sugar. You can start eating those. You probably need to gain some weight, right?
Yes, I do.
So you want to add more fat to your diet.
Oh,
Now, what happens though, people go on the ketosis diet, which is higher fat, to lose weight. But what happens if you have a slow metabolism and you eat too much fat, it'll tend to slow down the ability to lose weight, because you'll be burning the dietary fat. With you, I think the fat would actually put a little bit of weight on your body. But typically, you might find that you might not gain weight by eating the fat. So you might need to add some carbs, which I would recommend potatoes, red potatoes, maybe some wild rice. But red potatoes was the best way to gain weight. But you need to start eating this. I'll give you some. Let me see if I have them ready. Yeah, I'll send you a couple recipes that you can start making these treats, and that way you can actually. Because I don't want you to have bread and butter. I want you to have the frozen little cookies with butter, and you can start eating those.
okay.
And your throat within a week will probably be fully handled.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, very simple. So So basically, in summary, heartburn is really caused by a deficiency of acid. Acid reflux is really a deficiency of acid. Hardly anyone knows that. If you add the acid, you can fix it. Apple cider vinegar will help. Betaine hydrochloride is the remedy. You should eat that with food. If there's an ulcer, you need to heal the ulcer first, and that's what we did with you, because I didn't want you to have the betaine hydrochloride right away. So we had you consume chlorophyll pearls from Standard Process, and I had you suck those and eat those like candy all day long, and that actually healed the stomach. And that's what we did first, and then we acidified the stomach.
Yes.
So you probably want to keep taking those betaine hydrochloride and maybe an occasional chlorophyll too.
Okay.
All right, so you know what to do?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So let me know how you do.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Berg. I really, really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm just waiting for that success story when your throat is fully handled.
And I'll email you, call you right away as soon as that happens.
Okay, great. All right, we'll see you later.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Berg.
Sure.